Good morning everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. If this is your first time watching, I hope you enjoy what I'm going to do for you today. And if you like to subscribe, if you haven't already done so, just hit the little subscribe button. There's also a little bell there that comes up, and if you hit that as well, you'll be notified when I go live with my videos. I do record my videos, but I upload and schedule for them to go on at the same time each week at 9 AM on a Monday morning, and that's Brisbane, Queensland, Australia time. Just a couple of things before I start. I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. There's lots of ideas in there if you want to pop on in there and have a look. There's no tutorials or anything in that group. It's just displaying some of my cards that I do at my workshops and at my classes. I've also got a Facebook group called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. That's a really big group. Lots of ladies in there, lots of people sharing their ideas. In the Files tab in that group, there is all my PDFs for these cards, as well as I do a live video every Saturday morning at this stage. I'm just going on holiday soon, so we'll be missing a few, but there's live videos there to watch in the featured section. If you pop on in there, you can have a look at all the live videos, and the PDFs for those are in the Files tab as well. So without any more talking, we shall get started. I'll just pop this aside. If you needed any of that information, it's there for you to take a screenshot, or you can scroll back and have a look later. It's not stuck to my workspace here, so it does get in the road a little bit when I'm working. So this is the card we're doing today. I did this one I have a fancy fold class once a month on the third Sunday of every month, and I have 6 ladies that pop along and we do a fancy fold. I stamp and cut everything for them, but they have to do all their own scoring and the cutting. If there's cutting in the center of the card, they have to do that as well. It's just teaching them how to do a fun fold card, and also I email the PDFs to them for that card. And this is the one we did last month. November, we're in November, or when you see this it'll be a December video, so it will be one of last month's cards, and it has a lovely little belly band on the outside. This is the special bit when you open it up. It's called a multi-panel pop-out card. I didn't design this myself. I cased it from another lady. I'm not sure, because I cased it a long time ago, but I thought I'd revive it again. I've done a few changes on mine as well. There's lots of different panels in it. That's the back of your card. You've got plenty of room there to write a greeting, or you could stamp on there. I've just put a couple of strips of DSP down. I try to make it simple decoration for them, for my girls, because it's mainly how to do the folds and all the individual pieces. It's not about the decoration and stuff. But that's the one we did. The one I'm doing today, totally different colours, and it's in one of the new, I got a pack of Celebration paper that's coming out with the next mini, which starts in January next year. There's some Celebration items, and I shall show you that in a minute. I'll just put this aside over here. And I have my measurements all typed up for you if you want to take a screenshot, or I'll go through the pieces with you as well. That's all the pieces we're going. It's a lot of pieces in this one. It might take a little bit longer to do the video, but I have prepped a lot of it beforehand. I've done some scoring as well and some decoration, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now we'll go through the pieces, and I shall show you as we go. And I've got sticky notes on all of these so we know what we're up to. This is my main section. It measures 8 by 6, and I've chosen boho blue in that piece. Then there's 2 side panels that go at the back of that to make the extra length they're joined in halfway across there, so it makes the whole card wider. I'll show you how that works in a minute. They're called the add-ons. They measure 6 inches by 4 inches. There's 2 of those. There's my second one. I'll show you the scoring when we get to the end of all these pieces. This is my block one in the middle, which is this green one here, the center one. Well, there should be 2 of those. Have I got 2? I should have 2. Yes, here's the other one underneath. These are the block panels. There's 2 of those, one on each side of this center fold here, and they measure 5 inches by 4 inches. That's this here. 2 of. We'll put these back in order and we'll get them out in a minute. That's the block panels, 5 by 4. Then we've got the coloured mat on the basic white, which is these here, and I've done them in pink. This is bubble bath pink. There's 2 of those. That's these side ones here, which are white on this one, but I've got them in pink. They measure 3 5/8 by 3 inches. There's 2 of those, and there's some scoring I've done on those, but I'll go through the scoring in a minute. Then we've got the mats that go on the top of those, and the DSP. There's 2 of those. This is the new paper. I'll show you the pack in a minute. Beautiful little birds on them. Very, very pretty. I'm falling in love with this one. I might get a few packs of it. They measure, where I get my piece of, so these ones here. The mats at the back I've got in the boho blue. They measure 2 7/8 by 1 1/2, and there's 2 of those. And then the DSP on top is 2 3/4 by 1 3/8, and they will go onto these pieces here. There's 1 on each of those, so we shall get to that in a minute. All the DSP is listed down here at the bottom, so if you do all your mat pieces first. Then we've got the center feature panels, which are down in here, and these back ones here. We've got the base coloured mat on the basic white. We've done that. Just trying to work out which one I'm up to. Center featured colour panel. Trying to get the right ones in order. Got those 2. I think I've missed cutting a couple, which is those 2 back ones there. We'll go ahead and cut those in a minute. The mats for the 2 1/8 by 1 1/2. They're the mats. We've done all those. Leave that one. Here we go here. The mats on the feature panel. This is on the front. This is this little piece here, which I've done the blue. This is in the blue. This is the center feature panel. That's that one there. It measures 5 by 2 1/4, and then that's scored as well. And then the mats that go on the top of that, which is these 2 mats here, they measure 2 1/8 by 1 1/2, and there's 2 of those. I've already decorated those, so we don't have to do any more with that. This is part of my belly band. I'll go through the DSP in a minute. The belly band, excuse me, measures 9 inches by 1 inch, and then the mat on that is 3 7/8 by 3/4. That's in the bubble bath, and then the DSP I've taken from the back of one of the papers. It's just a motley pattern, and I've cut that to size in there. That measures 3 5/8 by 1/2 inch. And on the original one, I had the circle, which is that one there. That's my original card. But this one here, I'm doing a square. So I've got 3 different size dies. These are out of the Stylish Shapes squares. So I've got those 3, and then I've just put a little hello in the corner. That paper is the new paper as well. So that'll come last. These 2 here, and I still need to cut 2 pieces for those back ones I think I've missed all of my back panels actually. That's the belly band, we'll leave that over there. This one here, I thought I did cut it, but we haven't got it here. The back panels here, just trying to make sure I got the right one here. Basic white front and back panels. I've done it in the pink, which will be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4 there, and then I've put a white one on top of that and a DSP on the other one. So this one will go in the front and this one will go to the back. So that's those two at the back of there. But you'll work out which pieces go with what in a minute. I still haven't got these ones here. I thought I did cut them, but hang on a minute and we'll double check, and I shall get the paper out and show you. So we've got this beautiful, beautiful paper. Might have popped them back in here actually. There they are there. There's 2 of those, and there should be 2 of these, which I did. I thought I had cut them, and I've put them back in the pack. So these are the papers. I shall show you a few more. It's a celebration item for every $90 you spend. It's called Flight and Airy, and it is so, so pretty. So it's got all of these birds and flowers, pinks and blues. Tells you on the back of the pack the colours. That's so pretty. This is the little piece I've used on my belly band there. Another one of those. And we've got this pebbled path, I think that one is. And some more birds. They're very pretty there. When I coordinate paper and colour and DSP, cardstock and DSP, with this, when I look at it, it's a lot of pink. So I've chosen a blue base. I've got little bits of pink through it, but I try and pick up the least colour that I've got. That's my tip for when you're doing cards and things. If you go to one of the less predominant colours in your thing and choose that as your base or your mat, and then work around that. That way it's not looking as though it's all pink, because there's lots of pinks in this. That's the little bird, one of the birds I cut out of the front. Very pretty patterns. There's lots of nice colours in that, my sort of colours. So we'll just put that aside. I have got the pieces that I needed. So the DSP inside the back panels, inside, which is in those pieces there, the 2 at the back, they measure 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and there's 2 of those. And then the 2 strips down on the fold piece, the fold section here, they're 5 3/4 by 1 3/4, and there's 2 of those. There's no mats behind those pieces. I think we've got enough mats to keep us going. So that's all my pieces. I hope you followed that okay. I'll put that aside. The stamp sets I'm using, I took this little hello for my greeting on the front. That's that little one there. Just cut it out of one of the stylish shaped circle dies. This one here I used the happy birthday, which is going on the inside. I'll show you that when we get to it. And I did use this. I've cut some little flowers out of the dies from this. This is called Sentimental Park, and I used one of these little die cut pieces to cut some flowers. I thought they matched in nicely. And then, that's the happy birthday I used, not this one. It's that one there, out of the Darling Details, because it fitted nicely where I wanted to put it. I haven't got any embellishments out yet, but I will get some later. So we shall get started. And I hope I don't take too long or too much of your time. This main section here, I have already scored them, but I'll show you again. This is your main piece, and it's scored at 2, 4 and 6. So we've got 2 inches there. I'll put my cutter out of the road. 2 inches, 4 inches, And if you butt it up against there, if you've got a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, that's the 6-inch mark. So we can fold and burnish that. I'll leave the trimmer there for a sec because we will need it again. So as you can see, this piece, if you fold it in half with and burnish it down the center, and then these will come backwards this way. So it's more or less in quarter sections that way. And that makes the center of your card. Then we have the next piece. I'll flip all of these over so I'm working from where I need to be. So these are my side panels, and they will sit, they're 6x4, they're called the add-ons. They will sit on here. Now you can either put them this way, which I'm going to this time. On this one I've got them that way, which you then see the little bit of a join at the top there. If you put them this way, your join is at the back. So we're just going to adhere that into there on both sides. I'll just put the trimmer aside for a minute. This just gives you the extra width on your card. There's no scoring on these. So I shall get my snail. I am going to use snail. Oh no, actually I will use my glue because I want a little bit of wiggle room to make sure. You can put the glue onto this panel here. Now when you butt it in there, you don't want it over the score line. You want it butted right up against it, but not over it. So we're going to put one on there and butt that up into there, like so. Get it nice and straight. And that's your add-on. We'll do the one on the other side. Just make sure you can test it by pulling that shut. We'll give that another burnish. That way you know it's not going over the score line. We'll do the one on this side. Once you get all your pieces cut, it's relatively simple to put together. This one will go in here, the same as the other side. Excuse my head if it's in the road, hopefully not. Just give it a bit of a nudge over a little bit, like so. Close it shut so that you know it's not over the score line. And that's your two add-ons. Now you decorate the back of this first before anything else, because you want the box parts on top of. So we've got those pieces that I put before down the bottom here. Those four, they're the ones I just got back out of my packet of paper. So you've got two of those down the center and two of those on the sides. So we can put all those on. I think I'm going to use my snail. I prefer the snail. I hope it doesn't run out partway through, but we'll get another one if it does. Just go around. I like to do all four sides. I don't want it lifting in parts. So we shall put this here. Now there's a little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So you can centre that, excuse me, centre that on that panel there. Make sure if it's directional paper that you've got it all up the same way. And we'll do this one on this side. Trying to get as close to the edge of my paper but not over. Don't know what everyone's got planned for the week. I've got a fairly quiet week this week. So that one's going over that side. And then we've got the two smaller ones in the centre. We've had a few lots of rain here lately, showers on and off, which is beautiful. The grass is all nice and green. So I've got this one, doesn't matter which side they go, they're the same size. So we'll slot that one in there. And the other one. So you do need to do, and it has run out, I think. I shall just get another one. It won't be a sec. I thought it might run out. I can see it's to the end. These refills are really easy to use. You just take the old one out and pop the new one in. I'll just cut that. Quicker than trying to pull it open. And then that will pop straight back in there. At least I know now it's not going to run out. Goes that way in. I've got it the right way. Yep. And then that one. Sometimes you get a little build-up of glue in there, but it's not too bad at the moment. I'll clean it up next time. And we'll go back to here. When you start a new one, you just need to get it going. And once it does, it's perfect. I love getting a new one out because it normally rolls really well. This one's gonna make a liar out of me. Got glue on my fingers. So this one will go on this side. And that's the back done. Now we've got these two pieces. Next, these two blocks in the centre. Scoring, we score at 1 1/4. They're both exactly the same. 1 1/4 on the long side, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, which is halfway because they're 5 inches wide, and 3 3/4, which is that one there. And I've already done both of those, so we'll just get the other one. Fold those into a block. And I shall show you the easiest way to put them in there. So we'll end up with a block like that. And they go from that centre panel, the centre score line down the centre of it. Just burnish all of those. Make it into a cube. And it comes from, if you push that up, it's going to sit in here. Now you want the open section here down in there. So what we're going to do is put some glue on this bottom section under here. I am going to use liquid glue. So I've got a little bit of room to move it around. So with the open side facing inwards, so long as you've got that score line, that cut line, open side facing inwards on your card, and this is going to go but in here. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Down that score line and pretty much even top space and bottom spacing, like so. If you close that across to make sure it's not over the score line there, push that one down. Then if you fold it in half, this is the easiest way to do it. Just making sure that's even there. Just burnish that again. So you're going to put glue on this panel here that's closest to the inside. Just making sure I'm fairly straight. There's no decoration on this block, it's just a feature. So put a reasonable amount of glue on that, and all you're going to do is bring this over and close it shut. Give it a minute to take. Make sure it's in position. If you pull it up too quickly, it'll unstick. You've got to give your liquid glue a little bit of time to dry. So that sits like that. Then we can do the same on the other side. It will go in from this join here. So we want liquid glue on this piece here. If you're not sure when you go to do it, just replay the video and you'll find out exactly where to put it. Now I'm going to try and line it up so it's pretty much even. I might even use my ruler. I've got it fairly even over that side and I want it even over this side. So it goes from here in the centre there, just lining it up so it's fairly straight top and bottom there. I think that looks reasonably straight, and it's not on the score line. Just make sure it's not on the score line, that will stop it from closing. Give that a good push down. Fold this one in half flat. Put your liquid glue on the closest panel to the join down the centre there, on the cut line section of the panel, and then bring this side across like so and press it down. So that way you know you're going to get it nice and straight. There is a bit of bulk inside this, so it does fit in a standard envelope, but I think you would have to pay extra postage because it would be quite thick. It's not a thin card. I think that's pretty well right. That one there. And we've got our two blocks in the centre, like so. Give them nice and straight. Then we have got these little side ones here, which I have done in pink instead of white. So we've got two of those, and I've already scored them, but I will tell you the scoring. Just put that up there. Where did I put my little slip? It's this one here. So we've got 3/4 of an inch. Just make sure I'm on the right one. I did have a stick-it note on them. Oh no, I know what we're doing. This way, you start with 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch is the first one down there. So it doesn't matter which side, but you start with 1/2 inch, then 1 1/4, which is there. 2 7/8, which is 2 strokes before the 3. That's that one there. So both of those exactly the same. 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, and 2 7/8. And that's those. And you can fold them all into mountain folds again. This is your little block on the sides of the center panel. And the thinner, the 1/2 inch section will be against the blue block here in the center. Get that other one there. So these will sit in here like so. So what we're going to do is put, hang on, I've got to get this right. No, it's this way, that way, and then that will go that way. So the widest section here, you want to put glue on that and just push that across So you've got a little 1/2 inch strip down this side and then another score line. So you want the opposite side where there's just one score line, and that is at 3/4 of an inch. So the 3/4 inch piece, you can put glue all over that. And that will go up against this. So if you put that there, like so, even top and bottom here, I'll get over here in the middle, even top and bottom there, bring this across and close it shut. You can close the whole card shut on that one. This way you get them nice and straight if you just butt them where you want them and then close it shut. And then this one will come across. Now you're going to put glue just on this outside tab here, not this one here, just on the 1/2 inch tab on the outside. Fold it on the second score line and bring it right across like so and close it shut. So make sure you fold on that second score line because you've got this piece here that you want sitting up free. The 1/2 inch tabs down in underneath. I'll show you when I open it up. So that there is now the little block at the side. So I'll show you again on this side. You start off with the 3/4 inch section over this side. I'm sure when I did it with the girls I was a little bit confusing trying to get it done, but we worked it out in the end. So this is going to sit even here, even on that edge along there. So you've got the same space top and bottom. Bring this across, close it down on top. Give it a second to take. That's the beauty of liquid glue, but you've also got to wait for it to dry a little bit. If I lift it too soon, it'll just all peel up. Just needs a little minute to dry. Then we'll do the same over this side. Bring this open again. Just put liquid glue on this outside 1/2 inch tab. Fold it on the second score line in and bring it right over and close it shut. Make sure you bring it right over. You'll have about 1/2 inch from the edge there, but you can close that completely shut. Just put the lid on my glue for a sec. You could have decorated these front bits before you put them on, but I prefer to do it after. So now we're starting to get together. So we've got those two little side ones. Then I've got these two that are decorated. The mats on these are 2 7/8 by 1 1/2, and the DSP's 2 3/4 by 1 3/8, and they're going on the tops of those. Just make sure you get your pattern up the right way, Laura. I know I was doing a video the other day and I had something upside down and I was starting to glue, and I was doing a live video actually, and one of the ladies, and I wasn't watching her comments, and she could see I was going to glue the wrong side, and she quickly said to me, no, wrong way. She's saying it to herself, but then she thought, oh, I'll have to type it because Laura can't hear me. So I did put the glue on the wrong side, but I wiped it off really quickly and got it fixed before. And then when I went back and looked at her comment, and I said to her, she wrote, I was yelling at my iPad, telling you to, no, it's wrong. And I said, yes, I could hear you. So it was quite funny. But we fixed it before it got stuck, so which was good. I love this paper. So pretty. I'm going to turn this around and make sure I got the birds up the right way. And they will just slot in there. You've got a little 1/8 inch border around those ones, not as big as the others, but that's all you need. I've got some birds showing on each of them. So that's those two, looking good. Then we've got this little stand-up piece in the middle. which is the next piece. It measures 5 inches by 2 1/4, and then I've got some little decoration pieces to go on that. And the scoring on these is 3/4. They're even on both sides. Excuse me. So it's at 3/4, 2 1/2, which is halfway. It'll be at 2 1/2, Laura. 2 1/2 and 4 1/4, which gives you 3/4 of an inch on each side. So that's that one. I'll just put that away. So fold and burnish again, just into mountain folds. So far they're all pretty much mountain folds. That's those 3. And then they will sit, we'll do this exactly the same as we did last time. I'm going to put glue on this panel here. Glue's getting a little bit low. Should be still in it. Plenty in it. I'll have to get another one out, I think. Oh no, there it is. Still plenty. So this one is going to go butt up against this in here. Trying to get it even. This is the only difficult one. Try and get it even space, top and bottom, and it'll butt up against that that sit-up fold in the centre. So that will just go there. Give it a minute to take on that side. Give it a turn around. Some glue on this side. Give it a good shake out of the glue. It's almost to the end, but we haven't got much more. I think I'll use my snail at the back for the back pieces. So this one will go the same. If you pull it in and just tuck it in there, you can line it up with the piece on the other side. You can push that down flat in there. Wherever it's possible to push down, push it down flat. And the same on this side. It will close shut. The whole lot will close. And then we've got these decoration pieces I've done for that. They're just white, little white mats. They measure 2 1/8 by 1 1/2, and I fussy cut one of the birds out of one of the other sheets of paper. I've got Happy Birthday stamped on this one, and they're the little flowers out of the Sentimental Park dies. So I've got those to put on the front. Turn it round the right way. I'm going to put this one over here. Squeeze a little bit more glue out of this. I'll put my bird over this side. You can decorate it however you like. You can put little bits of DSP on here if you wish. Doesn't matter how you decorate. Personal choice. I'm not going to put too much on the inside because it's already thick enough. I might put some embellishments on my belly band. Make sure I get my greeting up the right way. It's the trouble with directional paper. You make sure you don't have it the wrong way. It gets a little bit awkward to... I could have put these on before I did the whole thing. Just get rid of some excess glue there. So that's that done. So pretty. You could decorate these too, but I think it needed a bit of a breakup of colour. You can put different DSP from there to there. You don't have to use all the same DSP. I chose different here. I've got the green in the back, and then I've got 2 different ones here. This one I picked all the same paper. I just think it's so pretty. So that's that piece. Then we've just got the backs, and of this and the belly band. So this one here, I like my greeting part on the right hand side. I think that's what I've done. No, I've got it on the other side. Actually, you've got to watch the way you open a card is that way. So you'll close it shut. This will be your front. So we'll want this one for the front. It's 3.5 by 5.5. That's the pink at the back, those two pink ones, front and back. The strips on the back one are 5.5 by 1/2 inch, and the front mat, which is the DSP, which is this piece here, it's 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Normally you would have I didn't, on this one I didn't put a mat behind the white, but this one here I have got a mat behind. But you just go down 1/4 inch on two sides, and that way it gives you the same, the correct size mat for yourself. Now I'm going to use snail on this one. Whoops, a little bit of excess there. Always seems to stop part way. I think it needs the end of the thing cleaned out a bit. So I'll make sure I got the front, which is this way, and this is the front of my card. You could put another greeting on the front here if you wish, but I've got the belly band to go on, so I've left this blank. You could put something either top or bottom there as a greeting, but I've got a little bit of where it's not quite lined up there, so I'm going to trim that fraction off because it's annoying me, just like that. And then the back will be with the strips on, the DSP strips. I should have used snail on that one too. I picked up the glue instead. Now I'm just making sure my birds are up the right way again. It will go like so. That's the back of my card. And then we just have our beautiful card. That's the back. Then my belly band, I always like to have my join at the front. So I've got this measured 9 inches by 1 inch, and I've got, if you just put it like so, pretty much center, bring these up just loosely, don't pull it too tight. You want a bit of room there that it will slide up and down. I'll just give it a bit of a slide before I stick it, and I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape on this because I don't want it to come apart. So with the tear and tape, you just put a piece on the underside of one end and the top side of the other end. So that will go there, so it will go on the top side of this side. You could put a couple of bits, but one on each side holds it pretty much. So keeping it loose again, I'll just take the backing off my tear and tape. And just hold it loosely. Just don't try and pull it too hard. You want a little bit of firmness, but not too much, because you don't want it too tight that the band won't slide up and down. And that one is perfect. Then I've got this piece of, I will use snail for this. Keeps sticking and not rolling. Only because if you use glue and you miss a spot, it sort of bubbles up. So I've got snail on that, and then you're just going to center that on the top of the belly band to cover the join in the middle, like so. and then another strip of, this was the back side of one of the patterns. The back side of this paper was pink, and I didn't want the pink next to the pink, so I found a different paper, a different pattern that I could use the blue. So that's that one on there. And then I'm going to put this one up on dimensionals. I've got my little bird there. I cut out of one section of the paper, my little hello, and I can put some embellishments on this as well. I'm going to put my dimensionals on the, I did get them out, on the belly band itself. If you put them here and you get them in the wrong place, you've got to get them off somehow. So you know it's going to go there. So I'm going to just put them across the centre, about an inch away from each side. 3 across the centre will be enough. I'll get some of those. I think I've got those blooming pearls that will look nice on this. See, and that this will cover that join as well. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle of there. You could use a square or a circle on this, on your belly band. Get it reasonably straight. And I'll just pop some pearls on that. I've got these. These are the blooming pearls, and I'm going to use these pink ones because I've got lots of them here. I've used all the gold ones. There was gold and there's some little gold ones left there. But I'm going to use some of these. I just want 3. I'll put one other side here to pretty it up, and one on here. And that will be enough. I always put odd numbers. So that is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed that. It's not too difficult. Once you get all your pieces cut, it's not difficult at all. Just move the belly bands off, and that is that one. As I said, I'll put the measurements in the description box of this video, and the PDF will be in my tips and tutorials group. It's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. If you're not already a member in there, love you to join that too. Just remind you that there is a couple of questions that you will be asked if you want to join, why you want to join, and that you agree to the rules. If you don't see those questions when you apply to join, just try joining on a different device, because some of them, they don't show the questions that you need to ask. I will reject if you don't have the 2 questions answered. So that's it for the day. Oh, I love this card. I've got a spray bottle there. I'll spray it later and I'll show you. You probably won't see it on the photo, but I'll add this photo to my PDF as well. And that's it from me. Have a lovely week, and I shall catch you all hopefully again next week. I think I've got enough time to squeeze one more video in before I go on holidays, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.